All right, let's get right into it. When I say the word branding, what pops into your head? For most of us, it's the cool stuff, right? The logo, the colors, the whole vibe. But today, we're going to go deeper. We're looking at the unseen foundation, the stuff you absolutely cannot have a successful brand without.
And look, that makes total sense. We all see that polished, finished product. The slick logo, the perfect color scheme, that Instagram feed that just looks so good. That's the part that's meant to be seen. But here's the thing. That's like judging a person just by their cool jacket. You're missing the entire story of what makes them, them.
Boom! There it is. A little dramatic, maybe, but it is 100% true. All the beautiful design in the world means nothing if there's no life support system underneath it all. Without a solid digital infrastructure, your brand might look amazing, sure, but it can't act, it can't listen, it can't grow. It's just a pretty thing that doesn't do anything.
So, let's start our little anatomy lesson with the absolute bare bones. The skeleton. This is the core structure. Think of it like the plumbing and the wiring of a house. You gotta have it in place long before you can even think about what color to paint the walls. This is such a great way to think about these technical bits. Your domain name, that's your address on the internet. It's how people find you. Your hosting, well, that's the actual plot of land you own at that address. And your content management system, your CMS, that's the house you build on your land. It's where your brand actually lives online.
Right, so you've got the house. Now you need to furnish it properly. This means having a brand asset management system. Basically one single place where the correct logo lives, so your team isn't still using that blurry, ancient JPEG from 2007. It also means analytics, because if you're not measuring what's working, you're just guessing. You're flying blind. Without this basic setup, you're essentially homeless, just sleeping in the street of the internet.
Okay, the skeleton is in place. So what's next? Well, now we start wiring up the nervous system. This is the stuff that lets your brand actually move and react and engage with the world. This is where your brand really starts to feel alive.
These are the systems for the day-to-day hustle. You've got content systems to keep your blog posts and videos flowing smoothly. Marketing automation so you're not awake at midnight manually sending out an email blast. Social media tools to schedule your posts and actually respond to people. And finally, SEO. Think of it this way. SEO is the map and directions to your awesome party. You can have the best brand party in the world, but if nobody can find it, who cares?
So far, everything we've talked about is how your brand speaks and acts, how it puts its message out there. But what about listening? A brand that only talks is a brand that becomes irrelevant fast. This next part is all about wiring up those feedback loops. You know, giving your brand a set of ears.
And I want you to really take a second and think about this. Be honest with yourself. Is your brand just shouting its message from a mountaintop? Or is it actively, and I mean actively, taking in what the world is saying back? Are you actually hearing the good stuff, the bad stuff, and all the ideas in between?
You know, if a brand that doesn't listen is basically deaf, then the tools that let it listen, well, those are its hearing aids. This isn't a passive thing. It takes real technology to tune into the right conversations and filter out all the noise.
And these are your brand's ears. Social listening tools to track what people are saying about you. Review aggregators to pull in feedback from all over the web. And sentiment tracking, which is so cool. It tells you how people feel about you. Are they happy, angry, confused? Without these tools, you're basically doing the digital version of shouting into a canyon and only hearing your own voice echo back. You're just shouting into the void. Okay, now for the real game changer, AI, artificial intelligence. And let's be clear, this is not about replacing your brand's heart and soul with some robot. No, this is about giving the infrastructure you already have a massive upgrade. It's about going from human to bionic.
Just look at the difference here. A standard brand, you're slogging through manual content creation. You're sending out generic, one-size-fits-all campaigns. Your brand rules are stuck in a static PDF. But you add AI superpowers, now you're generating on-brand content in a flash. You're creating personalized campaigns for every single customer. You can even have your guidelines update themselves based on what's working. It's a massive, massive leap.
I love this analogy. It's the perfect way to think about AI's role. It's like your brand's Formula One pit crew. See, AI isn't driving the car. Your strategy is still the driver. But AI is that hyper-efficient elite crew working in the background, making tiny, precise adjustments all the time, just to help you go faster and win the race.
So, your brand is built. It's alive. It's listening. It's even supercharged with AI. Everything is great. But then, you start to grow. You get successful. And this, believe it or not, is where so many brands completely fall apart. How do you keep it all consistent when you've got more people, more products, more everything?
To grow without causing total chaos, you need control. And it really comes down to 3 key things. First, governance. Who gets to access and change what? Second, version control. Making sure that old, wrong logo is officially retired for good. And third, workflows. Systems that prevent your brand from looking like 10 different people designed it. Because without a system, they probably are. This quote just nails it. It brings it all together. Your digital infrastructure isn't just a website, it's the entire machine. It's the printing press that creates your story, the radio that broadcasts it, the delivery van that brings it to your customer, and the cash register that makes it all worthwhile. It's the engine of the entire operation. So if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Focus on the foundation first. Build the strong skeleton. Wire up the responsive nervous system and the ears. Get all the internal organs working together. After all of that is solid, then, and only then, can you start putting on the makeup. And that's the question I'll leave you with. Take a good, hard look under the hood of your own brand. Is the foundation solid? Is it actually built to adapt and to grow and to last? Or is it just a pretty face, waiting for something to break? That's something worth thinking about.